Okay, this is the Osmo Pocket, and you can control it. What I'm using is my phone right now. It just plugs into the side, and I'll try to show you a picture of that after. But you can also control it from the phone, as I'm doing right now. So I can move it in whatever direction I'm going. And those are coffees I roasted. I'm just using that as an example. It's relatively small, and I'm going to take out the full-size Osmo in a minute and show you that. These axes all get locked. This one here, and I'll show you how quickly this one starts up. I'll shut it off. Okay, now she's off. Now you want to turn it on? Oops. Try that again. And it's on and ready. The other one, because it's larger, takes a little bit longer to warm up and get ready to shoot. So, you know, like everything, there's pluses and minuses. This size is a big plus. This one, I'm sure, takes a better picture, better videos than this one. But when you consider that I can have this thing in my pocket, and if the moment arises, I can pull that out. That I can't. I can't put that in. That one has a replaceable battery. This one doesn't. So it's one of those things. This is going to be way more convenient to take a whole ton of places, whereas this one, I'd have to know I'm going to be shooting something, so I want that type of view. I haven't fully experimented totally with what's going to be happening on this one. I've been doing some stuff. We're going to be heading to Vermont today, so we'll have some mountain views and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to take that one for ease because I got enough other stuff to take. This one you can also hear, I think. You hear the motor? The other one doesn't have that. So pluses and minuses with everything. Well, we're headed out. We're gonna get some Dunkin' Donuts. How's our gas situation? Pretty good. And then we got a couple stops in North Conway, New Hampshire, and then we'll head over to our daughters in Vermont. Weather's supposed to be crappy tomorrow. Snow, rain, sleet, so we decided to head over today instead. Hopefully avoid all that. And then we'll be going to our son's house on Saturday.
The other side.
On the other side of Vermont. Well, we just got Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and you're probably wondering about that. You know, if I've been experimenting with roasting our own coffees and Dunkin' Donuts isn't, you know, the strongest coffee out there, or that kind of thing. But I usually get it because, one, it's convenient, you're on the road, it's more like a dessert than like a coffee that you're gonna, I don't know. But it's one of those things. It's convenient. And this one I just ordered while we were going. So I order it on the phone. When I get there, it's already made. It's done. Pick it up. Continue on our way. So that's the story with that. The other coffee we've been playing with is like, it's pretty, you know, there's so many variables with coffee that it's really mind-boggling. The amount of different ways you roast it, where you start with a higher heat and you adjust the fan, or you start with a lower heat and you bring it up as you go. And you can take the same beans, and when you're roasting them in different ways, it comes out totally different. So, and you know, most of the beans that I've been roasting have been sort of up to almost to like second crack. After second crack, they start getting darker. You start getting the like Italian roasts and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not quite interested in that, because a lot of those, when you get to a point in those, it's just like charred coffee. It doesn't have the same flavors and stuff. Well, it's a fun process that I'm learning a ton about. How to do it, and what not to do, what to do, how to test it, how to drink it, how to make pour overs. It's something totally new. I just saw, which was really cool, I looked up and I'm like, there's a big bird flying up there, and it looks like a bald eagle. And of course I'm driving, so I had to have Sid look a little better, and it was a bald eagle. So, you know, that's not something you see all the time. Pretty cool. So this is the iPhone 10. And I won't do anything with it for color or anything else. It's just you'll be able to see the difference between this one and the next one I'll do with the Osmo. So this is the Osmo you're looking at now. And I don't know, I'm looking at a screen that's about an inch by an inch. So there's a lot less of this to see. So I don't know until I get it out what it's going to look like. Well, there's Mount Washington. Got plenty of snow up there, it seems. We'll be closer to it. We go right by there later. We're eking along. We're up in Conway, New Hampshire, which is just a little south of North Conway, New Hampshire. And both of these, I think I've told you that before. When I was a kid, this was like, there was nothing up here. And now it's like everybody comes up here. There's shopping places, outlets, all kinds of stuff. Resorts. And of course, being, you know, the holidays, there's tons of traffic. I should specify that. Not as much traffic as you'd find like in LA or New York or places like that, but a lot of traffic for around here. Okay, this is North Conway, all the shopping. You can see in right up there, that's Mount Washington. And you'll see tons of cars, but not as busy as it can be at times, so gotta be grateful. Okay, here's a good one. I went to return some stuff at LLB, so I looked around. There was nothing I couldn't live without, so I got a credit card thing for, you know, future date. Meanwhile, Sid, the shoes she left the house with, the soles were falling off.
Completely disintegrated.
So luckily, we're at LLB, so she got another pair of shoes. Otherwise, she would have been barefoot.
I've been in winter boots the whole weekend.
That's all right.
Heavy winter boots all weekend.
I think I told you this before.
Are we getting a burger?
You want a burger?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we're stopping here. Boy, I don't know. But this whole thing, when I was a kid, my grandfather owned this land, and it was a hunting camp. and we used to come up here once in a while. I wasn't that old. I don't remember exactly, but probably 7, 8, 9. Now it's a McDonald's. Sid got a little hungry, so she wanted to stop, get a quick, I don't know what she's getting, to be honest, burger or something at Mickey D's. I said, I'm fine. I had yogurt this morning. You know, coming up on the end of the year, we made that 1,000 people with YouTube, and that's it's really funny because I don't exactly know what happens. It'll go like up a couple subscribers and then it drops down a few subscribers. It just goes up and down, but it doesn't go, I don't know. You know, it's one of those things, and I mean, I can't be too concerned about it because it is what it is. If somebody subscribes and then they decide they don't like the content that we're putting out, well, okay, I get that. And they want to see something different, or maybe they're just solely interested in the pretty pictures of a Lutheran. Again, I get that. But I can't do that all the time. Sure, if I was making a wad of money, sure, every day we'll go out someplace, but I'm not. And I don't stay there all the time. So again, like right now, I'm up in North Conway, New Hampshire, and then next we're going to head to, we're on our way to our daughters in Vermont for today and tomorrow, and then Saturday we head to the other side of Vermont to our sons for a couple days, and then back to our daughters for a couple days, and then back to Maine for a couple days, and then we go back to the island. So that's maybe not very exciting, and that's not what you're looking for. So, I mean, I'm happy for everybody that's, you know, subscribed and helped grow the channel and everything else. So that's wonderful. Hopefully it continues to grow. I think I just looked, I was at 1,016. I lost 4 of them. So it made me think of this topic. Well, Attitash has plenty of skiers, but they have a fair amount of snow over here. A lot more than we have over there. So they must have gotten more to begin with. Yes, and what is it, 2:30?
Not even.
It's not even? Oh, it's 2:15 in the afternoon.
The sun's so low that it's like
Yeah, it's behind the mountains back there. Color of the road, kind of like whitish, like the snow on the sides. So that usually means they've been using quite a bit of salt that gets it all white like that. It's a tar road. Just a whole ton of people back there doing hiking. Oh, yeah. And I said to Sid, oh well, maybe next Christmas I can get you some hiking boots and some those poles that you use, and then we can hike up over here and then go over there. And she was like, I said, no, I don't really expect that's going to happen. And she said, good, that way you won't be disappointed. Do we have a couple stops or one stop?
I think
one stop. And then we'll be there. We probably got like, I don't know, 10 miles, 15 miles more. But right now we're about maybe 40 miles from Canada. So quite a ways up in Vermont. This section of Vermont, for those of you who don't know, this is on the New Hampshire side of Vermont, is called the Northeast Kingdom, NEK. When that came about, I'm not quite sure. It was quite a while ago. And it's cold, it's north. The summer we moved here, it was like one of the strangest summers, because by Memorial Day it was in the 90s. I don't think it's ever done that again. Yes, and it was sunny. This happens to be, I think,
one of the cloudiest areas in the world.
Well, I don't know if it's the world, but definitely it's I think the third cloudiest place in the US, which had I known that then, no, I don't do well with clouds. Gray. Well, we're almost there, and it is 10:04, so another 40 minutes probably at the most. It'll be dark out. Winter. I don't know what tomorrow's going to be like, but there's a new coffee shop. Oh, look, they cut all the Christmas trees out of there.
They planted little sticks.
Oh, yeah. You can't see that. But anyway, it was a Christmas tree farm, and all the trees are gone. They planted a bunch of little tiny ones. There's a coffee shop that I want to stop and visit, hopefully tomorrow. I don't know, breakfast at the diner with the little ones?
That would be nice.
Yeah, maybe do that too. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. All depends on the weather too. If it's freezing rain, ice, all that kind of stuff, no, we won't be going. Somebody will be making
pancakes.
The other day, the two of them came in. It was early in the morning. It was like 6:45, and I had been up for a long time. And they were on the other side of the door. The cottages have like a hallway in between, and the two of them started banging on the door,
saying, "We know you're in there.
We know you're in there," and banging on the door. And then they were like, "Okay, when that didn't work, we know you're in there. We smell the coffee." They are too much. And yes, this is a road. This is winter in Vermont.